What's up? I'm Greg.
What's up? I'm Eli.
We're from Moths To Flames, and these are a couple crazy tour stories we're about to share with you.
I think it was maybe last year, Thrash and Burn. It was right around Christmas time. We had we had a really old band at the time, and it was like on its last leg, and it was right about the time we had just got done with our fall tour, and we were heading home, and our van just completely died, and we were stranded in the middle of Texas. I think it was, I'm not really sure what part of
Lubbock?
Yeah, Lubbock, Texas, yeah. And we had to stay at a hotel for a couple of days because we thought we would get it fixed. And we got like a couple of tires fixed, what we thought was wrong. Then we started driving again, and maybe like an hour into the drive, tires just shit out. Everything just started going bad. So then we proceed, this is like probably December 23rd, like right about to miss Christmas. So we're just all at our wits' end, like we want to go home, like see our families and everything. So we get a U-Haul and just pile like all of like our, just everything, our clothes and everything. We got like a couple mattresses, and then we had to ride. Well, some of us drove, 2 drove up front, and then the rest of us just had to like bundle up with each other in the back, hope we didn't freeze to death. And it was just like awful. It was the worst time ever, but I'm glad that like I learned from it, like to not take everything for granted, like it's what I have now, and just that something like that never happens to anybody else. It was awful.
I'd say one of my craziest tour stories, especially since I've been in this band, was the first tour I did. It was a tour with Attack, and I'd say about a weekend, we had a show in Memphis, and afterwards in Memphis, like the big street right where the venue is on is called Beale Street, and that's where they do a lot of their bars all open up, and they actually block off the whole, like the square block, and cops just ID to get on the street because bartenders don't ID. It's just like you can't even be allowed in that area if you're under 21. And I was 19 or 20 at the time, and I borrowed one of the dudes on the tour's like old IDs who just had, I used to have long hair, he had long hair, and I got on the street and I was so excited to get in there, and we were just drinking and drinking. We went to this slushy place, but it was slushies that they mixed with grain alcohol. So I got one called Call a Cab, and I drank it immediately, and then everyone else was outside, you know, having a good time.
You had a couple.
Everyone was sipping. And then we went into Coyote Ugly, and it just got wild. I was so I was just out of my mind at that point. And
exactly what you think would happen.
All of us were, yeah, and it was just, and then I woke up the next day and I was back at our hotel that I'd never even been to, but I guess I figured it out. And these dudes were sleeping in the van in like the parking lot.
We couldn't find him the rest of the night. We didn't know where he was.
Yeah,
he was lost,
I went on my
kidnapped.
own adventure, and it was kind of funny because I ran into other bands on the tour throughout my adventure from the bar back to the hotel. So as we were meeting up the next shows, all bands would piece together information of my trip back to, so we could kind of stick together exactly what happened. I'd say that was the craziest because that was like me only touring with these guys for about a week and a half, and they probably thought I was some fucking psychopath or something.
He earned the name Memphis for that. We call him Memphis Greg.
Yeah,
that's on like low key. Nobody else can call him that. But
yeah, that was probably my craziest tour story.
Yeah.